I'm really happy to welcome J. Miles Dale, Canadian producer and director. Mr. Dale won the Academy Award for producing The Shape of Water. That won Best Picture in the 90th Academy Awards. Great to have you on the program, Miles. Thanks for being here.
Well, good morning, Jennifer. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I can say that I've officially had two really interesting experiences at the Academy Awards.
Which one was the highlight?
I'm going to say the first one was the highlight, without a doubt. But certainly the other night was pretty remarkable, in many ways.
So tell me, what was your initial reaction? Because I think people were shocked and stunned, thought it might have been a gag, like a setup or scripted, but then it clearly wasn't.
Well, definitely until Will came and left the stage, you definitely thought it was a gag, without a doubt. And then when, Chris said what he said, and then Will started yelling, it was quite obvious that it wasn't. And I'll tell you, every single ounce of energy, air rather, came out of the room at that moment, and it got very quiet. I was about 30 feet away from Will, right behind Bradley, and so it was just really disturbing, frankly. And you sort of wonder what happened, and that persisted for a while. And then, during the commercial breaks, it's been well reported that Denzel and then Tyler Perry and Bradley and a number of people went to talk to Will to try and figure out what was going on and console him, I guess, and understand it. And I just heard this morning, there had been some reporting that the Academy had asked him to leave. It turns out that was sort of unofficial, and whether someone from the Academy, David Rubin, the president, may have talked to his publicist or something, I don't know, but he was not officially asked to leave, as it turns out.
He was not officially asked to leave. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that because there are reports saying that the producer told him he could stay, and I think that was a big question at the time, Miles, like, why wasn't he escorted out, right? I mean, why was he allowed to stay? And then to Jim Carrey's point, people kind of gave him a big, standing ovation, as it were. With the benefit of hindsight, we kind of now understand that it was totally wrong for, what he did. But I'm just curious as to the Academy's response. Do you think they handled it well?
Well, no, I don't. I also think it's such a one-of-a-kind situation that there is really no playbook on how to handle it, when it comes down to it. So you can't really be ready for something like that. So I know there was discussion between the governors and Will Packer, the show's producer. I saw Will talking to Will Smith, again, between a commercial break. So I think that they were just trying to figure out what the right thing to do was. It was, Will Smith was a lock for the Best Actor award, so they knew that was coming. That was not a surprise to anybody. So I think there was just a lot of confusion. And I think now they're trying to figure out, in the aftermath of that, what to do. And are they going to kick him out of the Academy? Maybe. Are they going to suspend him? What would that even mean? Are they going to take away his Oscar? Almost certainly not. Right. When they kicked Harvey Weinstein out of the Academy, they didn't take his Academy Award for Shakespeare in Love. And when they kicked Roman Polanski out, they didn't take his for The Pianist. So I doubt that's in the cards. But the fact is, it was really an upsetting moment. And I think, he continued to make some bad decisions that night in terms of the nature of his speech, which was not great. And then being out partying and dancing when he probably should have, gone home. I just think a lot of that, it hasn't sat well with our community or, with the Black community. And so I think everyone's sort of on edge wondering, what might happen and what consequences might be.
I'm almost out of time. Just want to get your thoughts on though, Chris Rock and how he handled it. He certainly held his composure.
He really did. I think a lot of people were impressed with Chris Rock. Look, it wasn't a great joke. I mean, maybe if he'd come up with a better joke, we could have avoided the whole thing. But I think that people did feel like he handled it pretty well. I think he was certainly shocked. I mean, he was really having a hard time getting through the rest of his intro. And, we feel bad for Questlove.
Yes.
And what happened with that award, and how that was kind of minimized. His moment was stolen. But I think Chris Rock did his best to diffuse it. And then when Amy Schumer came out and said, hey, I've been getting out of my Spider-Man costume, did I miss anything? that was kind of the first laugh that sort of let the room back in to breathe.
Right.
So I have to say it was really one of a kind and an unforgettable night for
Wow.
all kinds of reasons.
No kidding. Listen, we really appreciate your perspective and coming on the program today, Miles. Thanks again.
Thanks very much. Very proud of all our Canadian artists, too, who got nominated.
Indeed.
So kudos to them.
Indeed. Miles Dale, Oscar winner and Canadian producer and director. Thanks again.
Thank you.